Hello all, welcome to Book Review Monday and welcome back to my channel. Hi, I'm Debbie. I'm hoping that all of your dreams are coming true and your day is going great. So, yeah, I had to come up with something. Anyway, so I have a double review for you today. One book is by Jenshak and it's called Wild About You, and the other book is called Looking for You and it's by Elliott. I decided to combine both of these books together because they were released on the exact same day, and I figured, you know, for books that are basically like released on the exact same day that I just happened to get ARCs for, I figured that those should actually be like back-to-back reviews. So that way it's just easier for me later on. So one of these is a second chance romance and the other one is a rescue, like a heroine in danger type of romance book. So we'll start off with Wild About You first, and then we'll go for Looking for You. Warning, the following video contains spoilers for Wild About You by Jenshak and Looking for You by Elliott. If you have not read these books, viewer discretion is advised. So let's read the blurb first, and then we will recap, review, and then rate Wild About You overall. A month ago, I was a rookie with the best stats in the league. I was traveling the world playing hockey and making more money than I had ever dreamed. Then my sister showed up on my doorstep, expelled from high school, with nowhere else to go. I don't know the first thing about being responsible for a troubled teen, and the teen jet isn't exactly kid-friendly. Enter Piper, my sister's new teacher and nanny. Smart, nurturing, and just as beautiful as I remember. I fell in love with her 4 years ago and never stopped. Too bad she hates my guts. We need her, and this time I'm not letting her go. So in the beginning we see Tyler's little sister Everly has come to visit him, and then it becomes a permanent stay until she finishes high school. Tyler doesn't exactly have a like room for Everly, so they end up moving into his friend's house, who has like whose house is a little bit bigger, which is good for them because they need the space, and he was sleeping on the couch for like a month. So Everly gives off attitude towards Tyler. Not really majority of the whole time, but like in the beginning of the book, maybe like the first half or so, or not even the first half. I'll just say that their relationship was a progress to become for them to becoming closer, and he is trying his best. You can definitely tell he was trying his best the entire time to do right by her and do and to basically be there for her. So anyways, backtracking, he gets a call from Everly's new school to come because there was an incident, and this was her first week at a new school. So while waiting for Tyler, Everly's teacher, Piper, supervises her cleaning up the paintbrushes, cleaning up the mess that she has made. So the backdrops were what she had been messing with, and because she painted over it and everything, because it suggested that Everly had acted on her own. Which is true. She didn't know that they were for that and everything, so Tyler had agreed that Everly would do this after school, like help repaint them. But when Piper sees Tyler, and this is and this was a pretty big shock for her, because she didn't realize that she kept on seeing Everly like, you know, you look very familiar and everything, but she didn't put two and two together until Tyler walked in that, oh, this is my ex-boyfriend's younger sister. Wow. Everly hinted she believed Tyler was going to send her back to her mom, which is obviously something that she doesn't want. So then that's when Piper suggests to the school principal that Everly helps repaint those, which everyone agrees and everything. And before they leave, Tyler does ask for Piper's phone number, but ends up guessing that her number is still the same. So he sends her a text and everything. It's really sweet. Basically, we do see these two just introduce each other, reintroduce each other after 4 years of being apart. They dated in high school for like 8 months. Tyler was away at hockey games a lot while Piper had stayed behind. And Tyler broke up with Piper because he wanted her to experience life more. She wanted to experience life with him, and you know, that was evidence. That was definitely noted. That was noted since she was heartbroken over him. Tyler does express that he never dated anyone after Piper and him had broken up. There has never been another woman in his life. Even Everly comments about how he had talked about Piper to her all the time while they were growing up, or over the few years. As the story progresses, so does their relationship. They start to rebuild their friendship first. Tyler trusts Piper and respects her opinion and role in his life. When he needs help with Everly, Piper doesn't hesitate to help him at all. In the beginning she was, because they hadn't talked to each other in a long time. She knew there was a chance that they'd run into each other, but she didn't expect it to be at the school where his sister attends. And Everly and Tyler don't share the same last name, but they share the genetic features. And she also hesitates to help him with Everly because she has a boyfriend. But she ends up breaking up with him anyways, because she still is harboring those feelings for Tyler. During a party, Tyler learns from his teammate, his fiance, that Piper is at a dinner. Tyler assumes it's with Piper's boyfriend, and he goes to the restaurant and tells Piper right in front of this man who he assumes is Piper's boyfriend, but it's actually Piper's friend's fiance. And the friend went to go to the bathroom or something, so she missed this whole declaration of his feelings and everything that Tyler gives to Piper in front of, basically like in the middle of the restaurant. So he expresses his feelings for Piper and how he wants a second chance because he knows that he can make her as happy as she makes him happy, and possibly more. So he leaves the restaurant, and Piper, Steve, and Steve's fiance Heather discuss what had happened, and Steve and Heather immediately encourage Piper to go find him and make this right, which she leaves to go do. So she goes to the party, finds him, stomps over to him, and just kisses him in front of everyone. And Tyler does learn who the guy was at the dinner and everything, and he also learns that Piper had broken up with her boyfriend. They do express their concern to move on with each other and giving their relationship another chance. There is a lot of fear, like a lot of fear. Mostly fear about what if it doesn't work out like last time. Well, last time you were 18. And you've grown up a little bit since then. So they decide to be terrified of the unknown together. As for Everly and Tyler's relationship, their brother and sister bond, it grows. They become closer. Tyler has his hockey friends who all love Everly as if she was their sister. They all help her out with her homework. Piper helps her out as well as answering in all the questions Everly has about love and relationships. They are there for her when she needs to rant, cry, or just for a good situation, or just like be there to cheer her on. I love how this relationship is on the mending journey from the beginning of the book. I hope Everly gets her own book because I feel like she needs one. Just throwing that out there. Overall, I enjoyed this book and I did give it 5 stars. So let's go ahead and move on to the blurb and recap, review, and rating of Looking For You by Kelly Elliott. The last person I would ever expect to be waiting on the front porch for me in the middle of the night was Everly Higgins. To say I was both surprised and thrilled to see her would be an understatement. I hadn't been able to stop thinking about her since we met last fall when my sister Greer fell in love with Everly's brother Hudson. When I see her bruised up face, I instantly want to hurt someone. The problem is, Everly won't tell me who hurt her or who she's running from. The only thing she'll tell me is that she needs a safe place to stay where no one can find her. Being a cop, I have the urge to unravel this mystery. But the other side of me simply wants to protect Everly from whatever it is she's running from. But as the people she is hiding from catch up with her, I quickly discover there is nothing I wouldn't do for Everly Higgins. I'd even die for her. Just to let everyone know, this isn't the same Everly from the previous book I had just reviewed. It's a different character, it's a different author, it's a different book. So it's just the same first name. Apparently everyone loves the name Everly. So anyway, in the beginning, Everly and Kyle share a few moments where they kiss. They share multiple kisses. They just don't... It's not just that they kiss only. They bond and they connect and everything. And she tells him that she isn't going to become his girlfriend and do long distance or something. I mean, she literally lays down the law that she cannot do a long distance relationship and all that other fun jazz. Although it's only mentioned in the book, they have their connection and still glances back and forth with each other during their siblings' wedding. Because keep in mind, Everly's brother Hudson is getting married to Kyle's sister Greer, so that's kind of how they connect. So now we get to a present day, and Everly shows up at Kyle's place. She had been attacked, kidnapped, and beaten when she came to Alaska after her brother's wedding. And Kyle is horrified by what had happened to Everly. For him, this is the woman he's been thinking about nonstop since they first met her, or since he first met her. And here she is in front of him, bruised up, asking for help. After telling him and begging him not to alert the authorities or her brother, Kyle agrees. Everly has a severe bruise and swollen up face, a black eye, a split lip, and her ribs are hurting her. Kyle's doctor friend Adam comes and examines her and gives her tips on taking care of her injuries. Everly tells Kyle the story eventually. She was covered, thrown into a trunk, and she was hit a bunch of times. She had no idea why. But the reason why she didn't want Kyle to tell the cops, since Kyle is a cop, is one of her kidnappers is a police officer. And probably all 3 of them were a police officer. And we learn she was kidnapped by her ex-boyfriend, who is a shady cheater. But why did her ex want her dead? Well, at first Kyle was trying to respect Everly's wishes by keeping her hidden away from everyone. She doesn't want to be found by these people who had kidnapped and beaten her and wanted to kill her. And she thought it would be best for her and everyone's safety and everyone else's safety if they would think she was at some yoga retreat vacation thing. That doesn't last long, considering her brother Hudson is married to Greer, and Hudson does come by the house, and Kyle pulls him aside and tells him that Everly's there, and and Hudson sees his sister's face, and all he wants to do is just hold her and go hurt those people who had hurt her. Now, I do like it when there is a point of view, when there's another point of view other than the two main leads, which in this case it's Everly and Kyle. But the author did something, Kelly Elliott included a POV for just maybe, I think, a couple of chapters from one of the kidnappers. And that was interesting because it made this book stand out more, and it made it just a little bit more intriguing. And I'm really happy that she did that. I think that when someone has added in another point of view from like another party, that actually kind of helps tie in together of what exactly is going on. And it just, like I said, it just makes this book stand out more. And while the relationship of Kyle and Everly progresses into something more, the kidnappers and ex-boyfriend are actually figuring out where Everly is, and slowly are coming to her. You're probably wondering, why were they after her in the first place? Well, it's a little difficult for me to explain. That's why you're gonna have to just read this on your own. So, I'm sorry. It all gets explained as to why she was targeted, and it seems like it goes it feels like it kind of goes a little deeper. Like there's something more. There's something more here. You know what I mean? Well, this book is out now. So is Wild About You. Looking for You by Kelly Elliott. I gave this a 5-star rating, and I stick to that. I was very, very happy with this. Both books were fantastic reads. I'd go read them if you haven't. So I want to thank Valentine PR and Rebecca Jenshak for the ARC of Wild About You. And thank you to Grace Promotions and Kelly Elliott for the ARC of Looking For You. Thank you all for watching. Please give this video a like, comment below what your favorite, what book you're looking forward to reading is, and be sure to subscribe, maybe share with a friend who loves romance books as much as I do, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye. It's a different character, different book, different author, sorry, different, oh my god, I cannot say anything. Wow.